Do we know our McDonald's McHistory?
Let's talk about that. Good mythical morning.
And good mythical morning to you, Link.
And good mythical morning to you, Rhett.
We should do that more often.
Well, let's do it every single episode.
Nope. Today we're gonna be traversing through 100 years of historic menu items at McDonald's.
Mm-hmm.
Now technically, you know this because we played a game about McDonald's before. McDonald's brothers started their burger joint in 1940 in nearby San Bernardino. Shout out to the big Dino. So it's not exactly 100 years, more like 80, but since 2020 feels like it adds 1,000 years of my life every week, we're gonna squint our eyes and count it.
That means we'll be playing a game that I'm actually good at. It's time for the Shuffleboard game, McDonald's edition.
Welcome to the Shuffleboard Game Zone.
Each round, we're gonna taste a McDonald's food item, and then we're gonna guess which decade it was first introduced in by scooting our Ronald McDonald's-ized heads that are versions of us down to hopefully the decade we want it to land on at that end of the board.
Of course, whoever gets closest to the correct decade wins that particular round, and the winner at the end gets to have a personalized McDonald's ball pit. And good mythical more, what is that?
McNuggets.
For breakfast.
The only chicken with a handle. You know, and only some of them have a handle.
Yeah, because only certain parts of chickens have handles.
Right.
It's the part that cut out. Whew, I dropped my nugget because it didn't have a handle.
A chicken nugget, much like everything at McDonald's, is unlike any comparable thing at any other place.
Right. That's what makes it so great. Well, Link, since you won last time, and by the way, the last 3 times we played this game,
How's that even possible?
you're dominating this game. You have to go first.
Wow, you just said that I'm dominating. That's right. That's right.
Act like you've been there before.
Okay.
In the official lexicon of Good Mythical Morning, if you win a game 3 times in a row, you are officially dominating.
Well, then I'm dominating.
You're dominating.
Okay. I think this is kind of early, right? Yeah, definitely in 1950, 1960 zone. I'm going for 1950. I don't know about the speed of the board this morning, so gotta go easy. Yeah!
Look at that.
All right!
Right on 1950. Wow. I feel differently about this. And this might, I don't know, this might seem crazy. I think I remember nuggets being introduced in my lifetime. Is this like a dream?
I think you start to believe dreams is reality when you're being dominated.
I remember like a commercial about nuggets are new.
Just shuffle.
I think it's 80, man.
Bearded Ronald McDonald has overshot 80. You're in the year 2000.
Well, that's not right.
Okay. The recipe for Chicken McNuggets was created by McDonald's very first executive chef, Rene Arend, and they were released nationwide in 1983.
Dang, son!
Yeah, I knew I remembered that. Commercials when I was a boy.
And you're not on it, but you are closer, so you got the point.
Wow, my memory served me right for once. Oh, filet-o-fish.
Remember that time we were talking about filet of fish, and I told you I'd never had one, and then we immediately got in the car and went and got one?
Were you happy?
No, but it does have tartar sauce. I thought it had 2 slices of cheese. There's cheese on it, but I thought there was a cheese on the top and the bottom.
The thing that's memorable about this is the cheese is a half slice. That's the thing to remember.
That's what it was.
They don't do a full slice of cheese, they do a half slice of cheese.
It tastes good because it doesn't taste like fish at all.
See, it says it's Alaskan pollock.
Mm-hmm.
I know that they've gone through different types of fish throughout the years.
Well, you're going first. So.
And they've done that, they've changed the fish throughout the years because like the fish that they've put in there have gotten like endangered.
Extinct.
Right, they keep going through so many fish.
Are you saying that McDonald's makes fish extinct?
Anytime McDonald's makes a decision about like a particular source,
Like apples.
there's a lot of them that have to be made because so many people eat there. Here's another thing I know of, and again, I think this is coming from the GMM Knowledge Bank. They introduced the filet of fish for Lent because Catholic folk, they couldn't have meat on Fridays, but they can have fish on Fridays. Friday fish time. It seems like something they would have done kind of in the midlife like the 60s. I'm going to kind of just sort of try to land in the crosshatch in the middle there. Play a little bit of defensive thing.
Ooh, you're really going with some heat. I think you're right. Christy's granddad would always pick her up from school, go to McDonald's, and he'd get a fillet of fish every day. I think he grew up on that. I am going for 1970, which means I'm going to give you a nice bumpalumpagus out of that
the
zone.
old bumpalumpagus.
Oh, Ronald McDonald's getting a little intimate.
There's absolutely no way that I did not lose this round.
Okay, Filet-O-Fish was introduced nationwide at the same time as the discontinued Hula Burger in an attempt to get Catholics to eat at the restaurant during Lent in 1963.
Oh, wow. All the way. Okay, so you're definitely closer to 1960.
It wasn't pretty, though.
No. We want to remind you that the last quarterly collectible item of 2020 is the Red Link bobbleheads.
Get 'em.
It's only available to Mythical Society third degree members. You got to join third degree quarterly or annual by the end of the year, December 31st to qualify. Visit mythicalsociety.com for deets.
No, you want to bobble our heads. Are these just shakes or are these McFlurries?
Those are milkshakes.
Okay. That tastes horrible.
Something wrong with it, right?
What'd y'all taint this with?
It doesn't look great, but pretend that it's just the usual delicious taste of a McDonald's milkshake. Everything's fine.
There's blood in it.
Yeah, y'all put blood. Y'all put blood in
There's
these.
freaking blood in these.
The old blood milkshake joke.
I keep waiting for someone to say, ha! But nothing.
No.
Okay.
Link, we're tied right now, but because you won last time, you go first again.
Okay. Whenever burgers are found, shakes are close by.
Yeah, like why don't you open the gates with burgers and shakes? It almost rhymes.
A burger's not truly a burger unless you have the ability to order a shake with it.
Well,
1940.
Don't know if I agree with that, but I agree with your logic.
Oh, that's going too far. Nope, stop. Okay.
All right, Link. I believe your logic is sound, but maybe they were like, let's wait a little bit to the 50s, but no longer than the 50s, because 50s was, they call that the decade of the milkshake.
Yeah, all 10 years.
So I've got to Ronald McKnock you out. I got to make sure that I move you and stay closer to the correct answer.
Good gosh!
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Hope I didn't disfigure you.
I look like I'm being punished.
When the McDonald's brothers first introduced their menu, it consisted of only hamburgers, cheeseburgers, potato chips, coffee, soft drinks, and apple pie.
Oh.
However, the potato chips and pie were swapped out for French fries and milkshakes in 1949.
Oh, still in the
1949. It happened.
So you've got it.
Not long after.
Courtesy of the bump.
Yeah, the bump is helpful.
Happy time with the Happy Meal. Got the little fries.
I got the burger one.
I got the nugget one.
Look at that. That's just like a kid would order.
So,
Okay. I'm in the lead, so I'm going first again.
You're going first. Now, here's something right now we're just talking about in between rounds. We realized that because we updated the board to be chronologically oriented, it actually gives a severe advantage to bump the other person.
Right.
So, I think we both think, right, that we should limit one bump per person per entire game.
And you cannot bump on the last round.
So we've already both used our bumps.
So there's no more bumps. Typically on this show called Good Mythical Morning, when someone is dominating a game, like you're dominating this game so hard, the other guy
Well, I'm losing right now.
gets a cheat. And so
Talking about like in darts?
yeah, the Mythical crew has been so kind as to design a cheat code for me because you've been dominating me. Chase!
But was I consulted? Is this an email I didn't read? What is this?
Well, I believe it's a very long shuffle stick because it can be no fun when you just can't do what you want. Now, here's the thing. I don't know what I'm gonna guess, but I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna land where I'll guess.
I don't think the answer is that obvious.
I don't. I don't.
Long pole.
I don't think it's that obvious. So this has got to be before the 80s, because I do remember this as a kid being there from the very beginning, and we've already done the 80s, so that pushes it to the 70s. But it could be the 50s because we haven't guessed the 50s. So it's either the 50s or the 70s. Don't know if I can pull this off, but let's just see. Whoa, 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 hey, come,
whoa.
come back.
You can't double touch.
Yeah, you can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get on 1950, but I'm gonna get a little daylight in 1970. Well, maybe I should do that and block you. Yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna beat you at your own game.
Hold on. Just give me a second. I gotta get my long pole. I got it. No, sorry. This one's tight. Okay, thank you.
Get out of here.
Thank you. Man,
Okay.
you gonna try to sneak around me and get?
I cannot bump you off of 50.
Correct.
So my only hope is that you're wrong and that somehow I can get closer to 70. All right. Here we go.
Whoa!
So it's a little closer to 70.
Yeah, I don't even have to measure it. You got closer to 70. If it's 70, you take the round.
I am barely closer to 70.
Happy Meal idea originated from Yolanda Fernandez de Cofino, who worked with her husband operating McDonald's restaurants in Guatemala, where she created her own version of a kid-friendly Mickey D's meal. The Ronald menu was then developed into the Happy Meal and released nationwide in 1979.
You and your long stick.
Dang it!
Take a long walk off a short pier.
Oh, I should have just gotten it closer to 70. That was stupid.
I'm just gonna place this exactly.
Oh,
Sausage
baby.
and egg McGriddles. And I'm not talking about plural because there's two. Each one
is the
plural.
McGriddles.
And this is my weakness at
Oh,
McDonald's.
and this feels fresh.
So stacked, so greasy.
That's the best thing by far that they have at McDonald's. Don't you think?
Yeah, man. Remember that time we went surfing and then we were gonna go get a nice fancy cup of coffee and then we saw a McDonald's across the street and we got this instead?
Yeah.
Good times.
No regrets.
Also, that was like 3 weeks ago, so not hard to remember.
Yeah.
This is a modern era McDonald's situation.
How modern?
I think I remember eating one of these in high school. But did I? Man, I can't remember. Man, I'm trying to remember the first time I had one of these. Was it in college? Some of my college was in the 90s.
Most of your college was in the 90s.
Yeah, it was. I'm going with the 90s. Between 90 and 2000. Come on. Oh, no! No! What happened?
You didn't hit it hard enough. I believe it's how I would assess that. Well, I thought that this was going to be a close one.
What's your answer, 90 or 2000?
I remember it from the early 2000s, but I'm not like on top of like the McDonald's release game, so I feel like it had to be like 98.
I don't know, man. You're making me think it's 2000, being honest.
I definitely didn't eat one before 2000.
And you know right when it came out, you would have eaten one.
I got to get past you, basically. I'm going on the 90 side just because there's more room on that side.
Aggressive. Oh, that's accurate.
Okay, all right.
While McDonald's first began offering their breakfast options, including the McMuffin in the 1970s, the McGriddles pancake buns were a food science marvel developed and introduced in 2003.
Oh, 2003.
dang.
Wow, okay.
Congratulations,
Looks
Rhett.
like I'm closer.
You get your very own personalized ball pit, and I've got to find a way to rebuild my self-worth and remember the days of domination.
Yeah, it was good while it lasted. Thanks for subscribing and clicking that bell.
You know what time it is.
I'm Nathan from Oklahoma, and I'm in Veneta today eating at Clanton's, and I just got calf fries to go. And it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
That must be fried catfish.
It sounds good.
Oklahoma, that makes sense.
Yeah, I like that. You got some catfish nuggets.
Click the top link to watch us try to guess the age of McDonald's fries and Good Mythical more.
And to find out where the wheel of mythicality is gonna land.
Join the Third Degree quarterly or annual plan of the Mythical Society by December 31st to get the Rhett and Link bobbleheads. Visit mythicalsociety.com for details.